Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's sketch is this one, and it's actually from Altenew. They actually give you a little bit of a color scheme to work with too, but I think I'm going to ignore that. Now, since today is Sunday, the Sketch Sunday crew of Crystal, Amber, and Moira will be joining me. Now, I do have 3 4x6 photos. I am going to cut them down, so let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, so I actually had big old plans for this sketch when I picked it out. I thought it would be super awesome to do some fun mixed media where the circles were, die cut out some things like I had. You know, you have a vision. You have like, maybe not necessarily a vision, but you do have something in your head for it. Now, come around to today when it's time to actually do this sketch, and I'm not feeling it. I'm just not. This is a 4th of July layout, so I was thinking, mixed media stars, but I think I'm just going to go kind of basic with this one. And that is a good thing. If you always do one type of layout, your albums are going to be full of the same thing. And if that is your goal, then hey, you keep on doing one type of layout. But I like a variety of things. I like mixed media layouts. I like clean and simple layouts. I like super lumpy, bumpy layouts. And I like super flat layouts. Scrapbooking is just my jam, and I love it. I love just about all of it. So I want that represented in my albums. I want lots of things represented in my albums. And this layout is going to be a pretty flat layout, a pretty non-extra layout. And I'm okay with that. I am scrapbooking meat photos from 4th of July. You guys might think that to be weird, but you guys, the name does say steak goddess, right? Like, I'm a fan of meat. So that's what I'm scrapbooking. I do decide to cut my photos down to 3x4, and what I'm going to do is mat them all together on one larger white piece of paper. And then I'm going to use this little piece of Cocoa Vanilla Studio Legendary because it's still out on my desk because I'm, cleaned up. And I use this on another layout, on another 4th of July layout, actually. So there we go. We're bringing in some continuity. Now, I am figuring out where I want this to go. I decide to contain it within that red and white paper. So this red and white paper came from Close to My Heart, and I'm just using a sheet of khaki cardstock as my backing. Now, I do have a variety of these are not hearts, almost said heart punches, star punches. And this is my largest star punch. I just got this recently, and I'm super excited to use it. So I do punch out the largest star with the star paper, and I am going to pop that up on some rectangle mounting squares, and that's about all the lift that is going on this page. I am going to place them in 3 places so that I have 3 areas of embellishment around my photo. And this is basically following a design rule where you're creating a visual triangle, which is, one of those design rules that sometimes you start following just automatically because that's the way things look good. But you don't have to follow it exactly. So I am pretty much making these clusters symmetrical, basically. And I'm doing that, I do this kind of thing a lot when I'm looking for that easy page, when I just want to scrapbook and I don't have to think about what looks good. I don't have to think about, are my colors, melding together beautifully. I'm just cutting, gluing, and plunking it right on down on the page. And every time I hear the word plunk, I think of Plinko. Do you guys know what Plinko is? From The Price is Right. I gotta tell you, when I was a little kid, I used to watch The Price is Right all the time. And I love those games. I love the little yodeling guy that would fall off the mountain if your prices were too high. I loved Plinko. I loved the big, huge playing cards. Now, fun fact, Hobby Lobby has those big, huge playing cards in their 4th of July products, and my husband and I were there, and I told him all about, playing Price is Right with the big playing cards. So if there's a rush on big playing cards for Hobby Lobby this year, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, they are fun. So I said all of that just for, I don't know, I was kind of fun go down memory lane for a second. So I am going to go ahead and glue down all of these stars, and they are flat, and I'm okay with that. So now I've got stars all around my meaty photos, and now I've got to come up with a title. I also needed to decide what other little extra bit I was going to put on this layout. And I end up using some Disney enamel dots. I liked the red color here, so I just go ahead and place them in each cluster. Now, I do like enamel dots where there are 3 different sizes together. I just think that is visually appealing. But then I had 3 little ones left, so I decided to pop those on the page too. Because otherwise, where I would have these 3 little red dots sitting around a mustache forever, getting all lonely, so might as well get them on a page. So now my layout is pretty much done, you guys. The embellishment is done. The photos are embellished. Like, the photos look good. And now I need to figure out what my title is going to be. Now, I thought that those Chamel Field Trip stickers would go well. I thought that the red would be a good match, but the red was too good of a match, and the letter kind of got lost on top of that red pattern paper. So I pull out some gray thickers, and I did gray because I do have pretty neutral colors going on with my stars. Like, I have gray, I have the khaki, I have the navy, there's even black. Like, they're pretty neutral colors. So I'm going to spell out the word meat, and I don't have E's in this packet, so I'm going to use an F. Once I get, so it's fat. That's what it looks like right now, but I promise we're going to fix that. So it has these little punctuation marks here in the package, and I just measure how long the top line is of the E, trim it down with my tiny little scissors, and butt it up against the bottom of the F, and voila, we have an E. So now we have meat. And obviously that is what these photos are. So, like, this should be no shock whatsoever. But I didn't just want to have a title that says meat. I wanted something a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out these tiny American Crafts tile letter stickers. And at first, it was just going to say July 4th meat. And then I decided to change that up and spell out July 4th is for meat. And I don't put the TH in 4th, I just write July 4. If that is killing you grammatically, I'm sorry. If I was writing this out, it probably would bother me. But I'm finding that my rules for writing are a little bit different than my rules in scrapbooking. And that's okay, because I feel like with scrapbooking, I can take kind of like creative freedom, artistic license, whatever you want to call it. But if I was writing out a story or something like that, then, my creative freedom and my artistic license should not be with grammar. So we have July 4th is for meat. And then I grab my blue Muji pen in the 0.38 size, and I just write a little bit about how we had a fantastic meal and how can you go wrong with grilled roast meatballs and bacon wrap shrimp. And you really can't. We had other food as well And that'll go on a layout where we took a picture of the plate because we made deviled eggs and things like that. But I figured these photos were a good set to be together because I'm on the meat slicer with one. One is the grilled roast sitting on the plate, and then we have the meatballs and the bacon wrapped shrimp. So I'm just going to put the date up there that says July 2020. And that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you check out Moira, Crystal, and Amber, who are playing along this Sunday and every Sunday in April. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.